What is good, guys? M.V.K here, back again. To all the fathers of the world, surrogate fathers, the uncles, the grandfathers, all those who took up the role to be the teacher, the male influence in a child's life. Happy Father's Day. Today is a special opinion spot because basically, guys, I did this for Mother's Day and I thought, hey, gotta show some love to the fathers as well. So we're here to do it again. Last time I gave you great mothers in comics. Today, I'm here to give you great fathers in comics. When it comes to fathers in comic books, they could run from being good, great, assholes, not deadbeats, you name it. Now, I have not seen every father in comics. For example, this list will not have the main character from Fable because I never read Fable. But I hear he's kind of I'm not talking about bad fathers. I'm talking about good fathers. I'm talking about fathers who have been there and done their best with these characters and with their kids. That is the one thing. I chose 8, not 10, 8. I thought it'd be good just to give a nice even number of 8. Some of these characters are super powered. Well, most of them are. Some are not. Some are not even fathers technically, but they were the male figure that have been. So, yes. Let's get started. I hope you enjoy this list. Let's do it. Number 1 on the list, we started off with the one, the only, Ben Parker. Peter Parker's uncle. That's right, uncle. Not his dad, his uncle, because Peter didn't know his dad very well. His dad died along with his mother. But Peter's dad, Richard, had an older brother, Ben. Ben did what any good self-respecting uncle should do. He took up the responsibility of raising his brother's kid, teaching him right from wrong, teaching him how to be a man, teaching him the tools of the trade of growing up, and of course teaching him that valuable lesson. With great power comes great responsibility. Unfortunately, Ben lost his life, and it was there Peter learned that valuable lesson. But up until then, Uncle Ben was always there for Peter. I love that. Yes, I said before, he is Peter's parental uncle, but not his father. But he was that father figure for Peter when Peter needed it. And you gotta give Ben as much credit as anything, because if Ben wasn't there for Peter, who knows how Peter would have turned out. Just saying. Number 2 on the list, we go to the world of DC. And I jump from Ben Parker, we got to give love to Jonathan Kent. Yes, Jonathan Kent, the man who became Clark Kal-El's Earth Dad. Now, give shouts out to Jarrell. Got to give Jarrell some credit. Jarrell did the noble thing of sacrificing himself to save his son. We'll give him that. But it is the Kents, it is Jonathan and Martha Kent who raised this boy. They could have done the total opposite. They could have been like, well, he's not ours. We don't need to be with him. This is not our problem. Send him to ACS or something like that. No, they took this boy they found in a rocket, raised him as their own. And that man, that boy would grow up to be an icon, would be known as the godfather of all superpowered heroes, Superman. And once again, like I said for Ben, if not for Jonathan and Martha, if someone else had found Clark and did the opposite, how it would have turned out. And we've seen that, haven't we? We've seen that in Elseworld stories, like Superman Red Sun. What if Clark landed in Soviet Russia instead? How his attitude would have changed. Jonathan Kent gets a lot of credit for once again being not a blood dad, but still a father nonetheless. Number 3 on that list, on my list. Yeah, the one, the only Spider-Man. Now I know a lot of people say, wait, Peter's not a dad. Well, in other timelines, in other multiverses, he is a dad. And he's a damn good one too. Whether he's the father of May Parker or Anna Parker, Peter is a good dad, and Peter teaches his kids how to use their powers, as well as realize that, look, he can't stop his kids from following in his footsteps. So instead of stopping them, he embraces it, but gives them the knowledge that he's had over the years as Spider-Man to help. Now I know this may be crazy, but yes, Peter is a good dad. And it saddens me that in the main 616 universe, that hasn't happened. It should happen. I'm tired of seeing Peter be a good dad in different multiverses or things like that, Earths, but not on Earth 616. But yes, Peter is a good dad. Very good dad. Number 4 on the list, Kal-El, Superman. I have gone on record to say I love that Superman is now a father. I love that. That his biological son, Jonathan Kent, whose mother is Lois Lane, Superman is a great dad. You talk about taking this godlike character, grounding him to have the responsibilities of a father, teaching his son, embracing his son even for who he is, which is always a shout out and thumbs up for me, because let's be honest, we hear it a lot. If parents, especially from fathers, we hear it a lot. I've heard it on my end from various, man, if my son turned out to be this, man, I disown him. Superman didn't do that. Clark didn't do that. He loves his son. He embraces his son. And yeah, I don't like the fact that Jonathan didn't really spend enough time as a kid because they time jumped. But at the end of the day, yes, Superman is a great father. And it's really cool to see. Number 5 on the list, we go to, still staying in DC. He is an educator, a superhero, an Olympic icon, and a hero in his own neighborhood of suicide slums. We're talking about Mr. Jefferson Pierce, Black Lightning. Black Lightning, as you all know, is one of my top 10 favorite DC heroes of all time. I love the character. Here's a man who is an educator as well as a hero, but as well is a father of 2 girls. One of those girls happens to be gay. And like any father in the black community, that it was always something very, like, he had to accept. questioned it a little bit, but overall, Jefferson accepted it. He accepted that his oldest daughter, Anissa, is gay. And he accepted Anissa's girlfriend, Grace Chord. Like I said, he has 2 daughters, Anissa, aka Thunder, Jennifer, aka Lightning. And this is a man who has educated his daughters to survive, not just as women, but also as women who are metahumans. But even when he still has enough pride to know, well, if I can't figure out, I have friends that can help. That's why I always gave Jefferson a lot of respect when he felt he would turn to the JSA to help Jennifer learn how to adapt and control her powers more. He's a great dad. Loved him very much. And like a lot of hero dads, Jefferson is above a lot of them. He's right up there because he's been doing it a lot longer. Black Lightning makes the list. Number 6 on the list, we go back to Marvel. And who are we talking about? We're talking about the man known as Cage. Luke Cage. That's right. The mayor of New York in the Marvel Universe is a great dad. I've always said this. Another one of my favorite Marvel heroes, one of my top 10 favorite Marvel heroes of all time. You talk about a hero, a character who has evolved through the times, not for the bad, but for good. He went from being quote unquote the angry black man to adapting to becoming this, to finding love, to becoming a dad, and being a good dad, being a very protective father, and knowing that his teaching, along with his wife, Jessica Jones Cage, we will see in some future that their education turns to Danielle Cage being a hero like her parents. Not just any hero, but taking on the responsibility of wearing the colors of the flag and being Captain America. Luke is a great dad, and I love that for them. I love that they have continued to push that and showcase that in comics. Whenever they show him with his little girl, Danielle is getting bigger. Every time they show her, she's getting bigger, but at the same time, he is one to protect his little girl, and I love that. He's a great father. Luke Cage. Number 7 on the list, Wally West, The Flash. Yes, Wally has 2 superpowered children, and it has been tough at times, but at the same time, he and his wife Lynn have always just tried to do their best with these superpowered kids. There was even one point in time their powers were killing them. Barry helped, but Wally did everything he could to protect his kids and save them, and it's still there now. You still see it now in the comics, him balancing, and that's the key right there. Balancing his lifestyle, balancing who he is, but making it work, and knowing that he has his wife that's going to be there for him, knowing that his kids love and respect him for who he is, his friends love him, his men, the people that help teach him. Wally is great, and I respect him for being such a good dad. Wally West. And number 8 on the list. This may surprise a lot of people, but damn it, I gotta put the man on the list because to me, represents truly what a father should be and what a father is willing to do for his kids. And that character is Scott Lang. Scott Lang, the second Ant-Man. For most people that don't realize, when Scott was introduced in the comics, he stole to save his daughter. That's why he did it. Yes, he was a thief, but he stole to save his daughter. Cassie was dying, and Scott stole the Ant-Man suit out of necessity for what? To protect and save his daughter. Can't say anything wrong with that. His decisions may have been bad, but his heart was in the right place. And because of that, Hank Pym even acknowledged that to him. Even acknowledged him and even said, "You're the new Ant-Man now." We're not talking about the MCU. We're talking about the comic-wise. That's where it comes from. Scott has always been for his daughter. Even after, when now Cassie is grown, and still, Scott still sees Cassie as a little girl, but at the same time, when Scott died and Cassie was becoming her own as the hero with the Young Avengers stature, and them coming back together, and then even her dying, and then she comes back and they embrace. It's the whole concept of just how much Scott loved his daughter made a lot of sense. He would do anything for her, even things that he promised himself he would not do. That's love. That's love, and I respect that for Scott. So there you have it, guys. 8 fathers in comics that I love. Great fathers in comics. Now, there's probably going to be a lot of people that are like, "Yo, Chris, where's Batman?" Look, no offense, but I don't think Batman's a good dad. I don't. I respect the work ethics that he has distilled in the kids of the Bat family. Yes, but as a father, no way. And you can't blame it on him, because with the little shit Damien, yeah, okay, but with his other kids, with the other, you can't just negate the fact that he let kids 8, 10 join in his crusade without even really thinking like, yo, maybe this is wrong. Just saying. More honorable mentions, you gotta throw Master Splinter in there. Of course, Master Splinter. I would have put him, but I was gonna save him because I think everybody would have known Master Splinter, but Master Splinter is one of them. Same thing with Wolverine. Wolverine is not, he's a good father figure. Look at the girls, the ex-women that have been a part of him, but at the same time, he's not a good dad, because why? Most of the time, he never even knew he had kids. Most of the kids that he knew, from Daken to X-23 and Honey Badger, all his clones, like, he didn't even know they existed. Daken is a prime example. He never knew Daken existed until Daken tried to kill him. But, Cyclops is the father of Cable, but he wasn't raised by Cyclops. So, that's the case. Then there's Reed Richards. Reed, as brilliant as he is, he's not that good of a dad at times. He tries, but he's not. The Hulk, Bruce Banner / Bruce Banner, good father. Guys that I said earlier are good fathers. But at the end of the day, everybody's entitled to their opinion, right? This was just a small list, but these are 8 characters, fathers in comics that I can say nobody can really say, well, come on, that's BS. Even Spider-Man, like I said, We have seen versions of Spider-Man where he is a great dad. At the end of the day, it's just a list. It's my list. So at the end of that, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. To all the fathers, once again, out in the world, happy Father's Day. This is your day. Lounge. Be with your family. Tell your kids you love them, and they should be telling you the same thing. But more importantly, this was fun. With that being said, guys, you guys take care. I want to know, in your minds, what I want to know in the comment section down below. This is how I've been doing it now. Who are some of your favorite fathers in comics? Number one. Number two. Do you disagree with me on some of the honorable mentions or the people that I mentioned, like Wolverine and Batman? If not, please tell me why you feel differently. Let's get into a discussion, as always, fellow geeks. But that is it. We are done. The Opinion Spot has come to an end today on this episode. I'll see you guys next time with another. And I believe we are doing next time another list, a top 10 list of my favorite Omega level mutants. Another one of you guys request. But in the meantime, you guys take care. Happy Father's Day. Deuces.